Greetings people, it's Jared here, Wolfgang1, back to do another Transformers review. This one has been requested by Marcus Prime, so you know guaranteed that what he's asked for is a piece of shit to be reviewed, and I'm more than happy to once again go through this process of reviewing a piece of shit for solely his entertainment, apparently. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get straight on into this, and we are looking today at Generation 1 Pretender, Cloudburst.
Okay, so here's Cloudburst in his I'm not sure what you call this actually. I'm guessing this is his alt mode. Okay, now bless Marcus Prime, bless him, he does love a fucking shitbot, right? And once again, here I am reviewing another shitbot. Essentially, this is supposed to be a Cybertronian jet mode or futuristic jet mode. The problem is the Pretenders were a lovely idea, but very, 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 very badly executed. So if you stretch your imagination to thinking this could actually be a jet, I mean, it does have a couple of little wings, and this does count as a cockpit and a nose cone, I suppose. But what you do have is a contortionist robot. What you've got here is a robot folded over itself, painfully, I might add, right? To the point where it doesn't really look like anything at all. You can see the legs, you can see the head, you can see the arms, and just because you put them in a different position to the standard bipedal form doesn't really take away from the fact that you can still spot exactly what it is. So, you know, a child's imagination. Here, this is a futuristic Cybertronian jet mode. Even if I'd have had this one as a kid, I would have been going, is it though? Is it really that? Or is it actually just a robot folded over itself? After, I don't know, losing a drunken bet or something like that. It's not very good at all. I'm trying to think of things to hype it up a little bit. But the first wave Pretenders were all basically variations on this theme. So different alt modes, submarines, motorcycles, planes, fucking drilling cars or whatever. But essentially they all followed this same mechanic and therefore inherent design flaw, which is you can't just fold a robot over itself and go, look kids, that's a motorcycle. I mean, if anyone remembers my G1 Iguanas review from fucking about 10 years back, where I said the same thing, you can't just fold a fucking robot over itself and go, hey, look what it is, and the kid turns around and goes, I'll tell you what it looks like a bunch of fuck all is what it looks like, and that child would be totally correct. Now let's just show a couple of things that fucking this thing came with, right? So, Cloudburst, oh shit, let's put that back. Cloudburst came with one instruction booklet, just like that. Tell you what, let's raise this up a little bit. There we go. So it came with one instruction booklet, which I thought I had. I wasn't sure if I had, and then I looked through my records and I was like, yeah, I do have it. So I do have a complete one, which is awesome. So one of those comes with one gun blaster that can attach to the robot's shell, the inner robot in robot mode, and the robot's alt mode. He came with these, which is two halves of the outer shell. And maybe I'll just take that back a little bit. So two halves of a humanoid looking shell, front and back. Great. Comes with one of these, which is a belt, which actually, believe it or not, considering how prone to internal damage the shells were, these little utility belt things that clip on the outside were a fucking godsend. He came with one whip. Apparently, no, this is a whip. This was the last part I got for Cloudburst, actually, and this was a bastard to find. I could bring up my my spreadsheet to tell you how much I paid for everything, but right now I really can't be bothered. Maybe I'll do it at the end if I can be asked. But that was his whip. It moves a little bit, but I don't think it's really designed to move. And Cloudburst also came with one helmet that you put on the external shell. Basically, just it holds the whole thing together eventually. I'll come on to all that when I do the quote air quotes transformation for this fucking thing, right? So, but we're not worried about that for the time being. We're talking about good old inner robot Cloudburst here, and yeah, I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I dare say a lot of you own Pretenders, right? You know, I'm not saying that, you know, there are some saving graces. I mean, like the red offset against the black thing. You know, you can offset any color against black, and it fucking works great. So that's points in its favor. They were using very, very weird translucent stickers after a while in some areas. I put a little silver faction emblem on him just there, just to try and give him a little bit of detail. And he's got that sticker. Actually, the stickers for this are actually in pretty good condition, considering, you know, the robot isn't really. I mean, there's a slight problem with its leg, which I'll come on to in a minute. In fact, actually, I think you can probably even see it somewhere along here. It's on. I'll find it. I have tea, by the way. So yeah, it got to a stage in the comics. I mean, these didn't feature in the cartoons. It got to a stage in the comics where really blending yourself in disguise, like the alt mode being a disguise thing, it sort of very much took a back seat. And this is a testament. This is a real testament to the alt mode doesn't matter gimmick. This is the era we're getting into now. The alt mode really doesn't matter. I mean, the Pretender Beasts were fantastic. Carnivik, Catilla, Chainclaw, and Snarler. The outside beast shells were brilliant, but then they transformed into the same things but robotic. So what was the fucking point in that? Anyway, that's a review for when I come to do Catilla or whoever. But we're talking about this happy little lump of shit just here. And there's nothing to say about it. There's nothing more to say about it other than what I've already said about it. This apparently is a Cybertronian jet. If you can stretch your imagination to actually say that was categorically true, right, then you're a better fucking collector than I am, quite frankly, right? So we can put his gun just here, which has got no discernible detail on it, just block red plastic, fits in on the underside of the nose cone, and this here is supposed to be the full jet mode. As attack modes go, I've seen worse. I really, really have. That is supposed to be the full jet mode. Ooh, can you imagine me flying through the air? No, not really. I can imagine you going, fucking hell, my back hurts. I can't move. I might need a hip replacement, but other than that, no, I can't really imagine this flying through the air at all. The transformation for this, if you can call it a transformation, right, is not difficult. And I'll tell you why it's not difficult, because, well, I mean, look at it. There's no transformation, basically. It's yeah. You'll see what I mean. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to find things to say. It's, yeah, I think this is the reason why Marcus Prime asks me to review all these shit figures, because he's just waiting for me to stumble, right? He's waiting for me to stumble, and I've got nothing else to say. What else do I say? And I'm getting to that stage now, and I think he's doing it purely for his own personal enjoyment. He doesn't give a fuck about these figures, quite frankly. He doesn't care. He doesn't really love a shit but at all. He just loves watching me squirm. If that's the case, then absolutely fair play to you. You found your niche entertainment, and then I applaud you for it. But basically, right, this is the transformation, right? This is like 50 shades of fucking horseshit. This is, right? Take this off, right? This little nose cone section just here, fold that down and underneath. Oh look, visible head syndrome, right? It's not, well, I mean, it was from the back anyway. Right, these two sections here, I suppose you could call them the planes thrusters, if you will, right? Fold those out and stretch them out like this, right? Can you see, ladies and gentlemen, where this is going? Can you see where this transformation is going, right? Flip up these little tabs here, right? Because these will form his feet, right? And then fold these two sections down forwards. I think you know where this is going, don't you? Yeah, same on both sides. On the back, fold these in, just like that. Doesn't really matter how you do it. I don't really give a fuck. And then finally, for the grand reveal, ladies and gentlemen, the grand reveal, spin around his head 180. And that right there, if I can just get this camera to pan up and take this in its full fucking glory, right? That right there is a massive headed fucking piece of shit, right? Weirdly enough, but because of its transformation, right? Transformation, because of that, it's actually got a range of articulation. The head moves, the arms go in and out, the legs fucking bend in the wrong way, which, you know, whatever. That only go back about that far because of the wings, but you can get them further back if you want. They go all the way around like that for transformation. You know, it's, and I guess because of that range of articulation, you can get him into some poses that most other G1s wouldn't have been possible. There we are. There's one, for example, right? What do you fucking do? His head is massive on his little body, and his stumpy little legs and his stumpy little arms. He's got a huge noggin. Look at that. Huge fucking noggin. At least there's some discernible fucking stuff in the face. I mean, they've painted the eyes. Well done. The face is painted blue. But apart from that, right, I mean, you can even see like the paint wants to come off the eyes, right? That's how cool that is. It's this is bollocks. This is fucking shite, right? I've got to say, it is absolute shit. But the shit doesn't end there, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't, right? Because now, right, we've seen one alt mode, but have we met the second alt mode? Well, let me fucking bring this camera up even further, right? Get this light to where I need it. There we are. The second alt mode, ladies and gentlemen, is the pretending to be a 25-foot human, right? Which is where this fucking comes in. Incidentally, this shell, I actually customed this, painted this. I can't remember what it was. I think it was grey under there originally. It just looks shit, and it's not supposed to have these silver accents or anything like that, but I thought I might as well try and uniform it a little bit and make it look half decent. And for one of my first custom jobs, I don't think I did too bad a job on it. But obviously you can see where the paint's taken and where the paint splashes are. I don't care really. Cloudburst didn't cost the earth. Right, so if you want to turn him into full-on I'm pretending to be a human thing, you split the shell apart, okay? Like that. Then you take awkward teenager with a huge head, right? What you do is you fold his arms behind his back like this, okay? And then pull down the tabs for the feet. So he's like that. So now he's got no arms and a massive head. That looks even worse, right? Then what we do is we stick him in the shell like this. Be good if this fucking focused. Focus, please. Right. There we are, right? So you put him in the shell. You put the corresponding piece of shell over him. And you close the fucker up, right? To hide the travesty that is inside. Right? That's the tagline they should have gone with. Pretenders hide the travesty inside. And then what you do is you stick all the accessories on him that I mentioned earlier. So, because... Hang on, let me open this fucking shite up again. You see these little things just here, right? These have a tendency to break off after a while. So, if you want the shell to stay together... I mean, thankfully, this one's in pretty good condition. You hear it all snapping together. Eventually, one of these days, that will fail. If you want to keep it all together, that's where this utility belt comes in. All right, so you put the belt on these clips here and the clip on the other side. Just like that. And then that goes a long way to holding the shell together, weirdly enough. And then you put his little helmet on. All right, so that sits there like that. Fucking well, sit on there then, you piece of shit. There we are, right? It wants to sit on one side but not the other. I don't care anymore, right? Then we give him his Miss Whiplash towel, right there. Like that. And then give him his little gun in his hand, like that. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Cloudburst in his final form, right? This is... this is just as shit as I'm making it out to be, right? There is no real saving graces with the Pretenders at all. They were a great idea, an absolutely fantastic idea, but due to the limitations on toy manufacturing and technology at the time, badly executed and poorly realised. The colours are good. They are. How about that? His colours are good. You know, they mimic Optimus Prime to a certain degree. So this, right? This is Cloudburst, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, what do you want me to say? It's not spectacular. It doesn't fucking blow your mind. This would not have blown my mind. In fact, I had Jazz and Bumblebee from the classic Pretenders when I was little. I had Roadblock, I had Gunrunner, Catilla, and that was about it, I think, from Pretenders. And I can tell you now that the Pretenders that I had, I didn't think they were particularly brilliant back then either. And at least the classic Pretenders actually tried to invoke something of the original. These, on the other hand, just like, yeah, just bend the fucker over 180 degrees and see what happens and see what we can make out of it. That's the alt mode. What a load of absolute pish that is, right? And this here is a testament to the pish that I've got in my collection, right? Because there was 6 of these each, Decepticon and Autobot, right? And there was 3 that were released in the UK for either side, and 3 in the UK that wasn't released in the UK. And I've got all the ones that were not released in the UK complete. That is how much I'm determined to complete my collection of pish, right? And this is just one small part of it. Fucking 12 figures where they do absolutely nothing except bend over. What an absolute load of shit. But it's 80s nostalgic shit, ladies and gentlemen. So there you are. That is Generation 1 Pretender Cloudburst. Marcus Prime, please stop making me review shit things. Ask for something decent next time, you fuck. Right? I know you won't. I know you won't. And you're going to sit there and go, oh, go on. You've got to review this load of shit next. And I feel compelled to grant that request because, you know, out of the two of us, I'm clearly the fucking idiot. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Generation 1 Pretender Cloudburst review. Yeah, there is nothing else to say about this other than wank. Absolute wank. So, thank you very much for watching this. I will be back at some point soon, reviewing something that's probably a piece of shit. Maybe not. Depends who gets there first, really, on the request. Thank you very much for watching this. Until we see each other again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Wolfgang1 saying, take care.